Hey everyone, Jordan here, Avatar The Last Airbender Online.com, and I'm joined today by...
I'm Teddy from LastAirbenderFans.com, and
I'm Dante Basco, Prince Zuko, Avatar Last Airbender.
So we're very happy to have Dante here with us and grab this interview. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. We're on we last met. They're in LA, and it's awesome. I got them. I'm shooting this independent film right now called Devil's Dozen. So we're somewhere in the building. So if you don't know where we're at, it looks like a hospital building. Well, it's not a hospital.
Yeah.
It's a set.
Yeah. Everyone's health is okay.
Everyone's health is okay.
Alright.
So pressing questions. We have pressing questions?
Yep, we have very pressing questions. First one...
I hear these questions are not just from you guys. It's from,
glad you brought that up. These questions are from people all around the world, Ireland, Canada,
all around the
US,
world.
So everywhere.
Fans of the show.
Yep.
I too am a fan of the show.
Good to know that was actually one of our questions.
Yeah, oh cool.
So you already answered it.
I'm already ahead of the game. Winning, exactly.
So, first question. When you began voicing Zuko, did you think that the show Avatar The Last Airbender would become as big as it has today?
Not at all. Zero. I mean, you don't know. As an actor in LA, I've been an actor for the last 25 years. You just kind of, you go do your thing, and you don't think much about it. In the middle of, right when I think I was the first person cast on that show, or right into the beginning, and I was doing American Dragon Jake Long on Disney with Mae Whitman. And so I would go to audition for this and at Nickelodeon and, Zuko. The first thing I think is like, oh, it's like Danny Zuko. Like, what the hell's going on? So, I mean, I just did it, and then I ended up booking it, and then May ended up booking it also. So we were doing 2 shows at the same time for like 3 years. We were kind of playing weird love interests for each other, like in 2 different shows. But it was like, you know what's weird is like one was a comedy, so one was like a sitcom, and one was like more of a drama. And that was like, it was like doing a sitcom and a drama at the same time. It's weird.
Did you have any sort of input on the character as the seasons went on?
I didn't have direct input, but later on, through, because it was Mike and Brian's first show also, that they were just saying, like we definitely informed them, like because they were creating it as we went along. So just being around and seeing us kind of like work with the character, I think, helped to just somewhat inspire them to create it, So it's not like direct input, but definitely indirect input.
They start writing with you in mind, maybe.
I'm sure. There's, especially our first season, people were coming in, they were doing like a lot of, they're showing some martial arts of it, and they were, people were coming, the animators were coming in, and so it's just interesting. I mean, I don't know the process, how it goes, we're just like carrots and the soup, and chicken soup with just a carrot just floating around.
Right.
Next question. What was your favorite Zuko scene performed?
It's kind of weird, like over years, right? So I think my favorite scenes were work with Mako a lot. My scenes with Mako, because in my career, Mako has played my my father or my grandfather like 3 or 4 times in my career, and then the last being playing my uncle on Avatar The Last Airbender. I just treasured that time to spending with him, and then he ended up passing away. He ended up getting sick the last season, he ended up passing away. And so those always be in my, be good memories. It's like the last kind of stuff I got to work with him on.
What was the process like when recording the show? Was there table read-throughs and then you just get in the studio by yourself, or were there other actors in the studio to interact with?
Especially the first few seasons on most shows, and this show also, it's like you try to get as much of the cast together as possible, because then that energy, you start to meld the energy together. I mean, sometimes during the 3rd or 4th season, people get busy and like, I'm gonna come and do my parts, but as much as we can, we try to get together. I mean, getting together with Jack and with May, it's great because we had a lot of stuff together, and then also with Gray Delisle, she's like, I love Gray. I just did another show with Gray called Zevo 3. We just did a season together, and she's like amazing in the room. Dee Bradley's amazing. It's like as many people as they get together, we try to do our best. But when you have great actors like Gray and like May and Jack, the energy's so much better. The banter and the timing, and everyone has fun, unless you're just like that guy in the other scene.
Yeah.
There's in Nickelodeon. There's like a big room, right? And then there's like a small room. There's like one room for one mic. So if it's too packed, there's like I think you can 5 people in this room, but there's 6, and they gotta put you over here. So sometimes
Isolated.
there's a lot of times where I was like, they were doing their thing, and like Zuko's doing his thing somewhere else, so they put me in that other friggin' room. So it's like they're doing the script, and it's like cut to me, and I'm sleeping in the room. And they're like, Dante, it's your line. I'm like, oh, yeah, because you guys are playing around doing your thing, and I'm by myself.
What about haircuts? Zuko had a lot of haircuts.
Oh yeah, Zuko had a lot of haircuts. I have a lot of haircuts in my life. It's weird how you can do a cartoon that still mimics your life to a weird degree, even though it's a cartoon. We discussed that a lot during shooting too. I mean during taping, because it's bald originally.
Yeah.
And that's one thing. I didn't watch watch the last Airbender movie, but when I saw the Dev Patel, I was like, dude, why is he not bald? It's like, dude, he's Zuko. It's like, how are you gonna go anywhere? Because
well, in the beginning of the second season, they cut
yeah,
off the ponytails. And
it's such a big thing for the character that it was like, I don't even understand how they think they're gonna do a sequel if my man is not bald with a ponytail right now. I mean, that's part of the thing, and then him coming back was so. He goes through his emo stage. I was calling him like the emo. There's Zuko got all emo. I was like, dude, it's all emo. And this is the time when he was being real super emo. Like, my life and my family. And like, I've had all these scenes where it's like, I'm like being emo. And I'm like, and I have hair to match it. But yeah, the hair is big. The hair is a big thing for this character. For a lot of actors, the hair is big. It's so weird how we talk about how I'm talking with you guys, and I even talk about the character as if it wasn't a cartoon, as if it was like a character I did on stage or in film. It just was that well-rounded of a character over the seasons, and such a three-dimensional character, and it's just ironic that it was a cartoon, And it's become like, I mean, for me, as popular as Rufio was, it's like in a new generation, it's just as popular. So people are like, oh, it's like Rufio and Prince Zuko. And it's ironic to me. And ironically to me, like they're kind of the same, they go through the same kind of character arc, which is awesome.
Definitely. Actually, that was one of my questions. Zuko and Rufio, they both have...
I got all the questions going on.
They have like that, just like you mentioned, they have that same story arc. Like they're both kind of misguided in youth.
Right.
They're way passionate, way ambitious. I think it's probably the biggest word. So do you know if Mike and Brian, when they were envisioning Prince Zuko, when they were trying to decide who to cast, do you know if your role as Rufio will influence their decision?
I don't know. I never really asked them that, or maybe it did. It might have came up in conversation like years ago, maybe. I don't know. I think they talked about it. It had to be somewhere in that realm. I think for a lot of people, I mean, Rufio was such a kind of like its own kind of iconic kind of character, especially for like Asian American characters, that it became one of the archetype kind of characters. So it's like if you're gonna do like this badass Asian kid who's gonna be good, it's like oh, it's like a Rufio character. Like that kind of thing happens. Yeah. So I'm sure it has somewhere. And then Mike and Brian are smart dudes, and they watch a lot of stuff, and I'm sure they're hip to all that. Definitely.
So, if you could bend a element in real life, would it be fire or?
I thought about it. People ask me that question, and of course I gotta say, fire. I mean, I rep the Fire Nation for sure. I'm Zuko, but I mean, to fly, airbending's gotta be pretty friggin' cool. Gotta be cool. But I think fire, I don't know. You'd want to be the Avatar, right? You want to be able to have all 4. Like, that's how I roll.
Sure, yeah.
But if I had to choose one, I'd be happy with fire. Kind of want a little air too, but happy with fire. Definitely happy with it.